What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy, and it's been raining a lot around here and been cloudy and dreary and that kind of stuff, so I haven't really been recording as much as I would like to because it's been dark out. Today is actually one of the lighter days in recent memory, so yeah. I realized the lighting might not be ideal, but I gotta record something because I'm running out of videos to put up. So anyway, this time around, I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm gonna talk a little bit about something in particular that caught my attention in the movie Venom. I went and saw that pretty recently, and I'm not gonna spoil anything too big, I don't think. First of all, just in general, I liked the movie. There was a nice balance, I think, of comedy and action and stuff. But one of the things that really caught my attention, and really ultimately I'm probably going to talk more about other movies and a general Hollywood trend than I am specifically about Venom, but anyway, watching the movie Venom brought this to my attention. So I don't think this will be spoiling anything, especially if you know anything about Venom from comic books or anything like that. But Venom is technically what's called a symbiote within the movie and the comic books and that kind of stuff. It's actually like some sort of alien creature thing that acts in a way that's kind of similar to a parasite. Like, it needs a host body in order to function very long, especially in Earth's environment. But I mean, there are other ways that it can survive, but those are details I don't need to get into. So anyway, there's the main character, Eddie Brock, and the symbiote Venom, who throughout the entire movie are kind of at odds with each other. There are ways they kind of work together, other ways they are totally against each other, and just I find this tension one of the more interesting aspects of the movie, just in general. Because, Eddie Brock, in, his own thoughts, like, without the invasion of Venom, without the interference of Venom, is a pretty good guy, actually. He wants to do the right thing, and he helps people, and, different things like that. He doesn't seem like any kind of an amazing superhero or, some cultural leader or anything like that, but just a generally good person. But then there's Venom. I mean, for one, it's very protective of itself and its host. It is rather violent to that end on frequent occasions, and there's stuff that it drives the host to do that normally he would not. Like, there are a couple of scenes where it winds up being amusingly awkward, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's kind of funny but cringy at the same time. Just things that are societal norms that Venom cares absolutely nothing for, and drives Eddie Brock to go and do these things because Eddie's the host. And so he does these things, kind of. Some of them are more like survival instincts and are needed in order for Venom and therefore also Eddie to survive. Some of the stuff, it's more like Venom being part of Eddie Brock at this point. Kind of Venom, like, knows some of his thoughts and what's going on, not just physically, but also mentally. And so there's some of the stuff that I mean, honestly, everybody has thoughts and stuff from time to time that, we think about, but then we're just kind of like, no, that's wrong, or that would be awkward, or that doesn't fit social norms, and I would look totally crazy, or different things like that. But Venom, not knowing Earth's social graces, is all like, I know you're thinking about this. I know you want to do this. Why aren't you doing it? And I think this movie actually does a pretty good job of holding these kind of things in tension with each other. There were a lot of movies, I think, that show personally what I find a disturbing Hollywood trend of, I mean, it's put under the guise of, and I'll air quote, being true to yourself. And, they make it seem like a lot of these instinctual thoughts that you have are who you truly are, as if, showing self-control is some form of, like, repression, or that you're lying to yourself, or something like that. And if we were all just completely honest with ourselves and what we were thinking, and we just did what was on our minds all the time, that everybody would somehow be better off and happier. I would say not so much to that. I mean, some thoughts that we have that we kind of repress or put away aren't that harmful, but some of them, it's just like, no. Like, if you've ever been angry at somebody and wanted to punch them in the face, but then stopped yourself, that is a good form of self-control. That is not something that you want to just let loose. And the fact that there are so many movies and TV shows out there that seem to be following this trend of, being true to yourself, which really is just following your lizard brain instincts, it's not, I don't know. I don't think this is a good thing. This is, like, self-control is good. The way Hollywood portrays it is like, well, yeah, obviously people aren't going to like you, and there are some things that, aren't going to go the best for you in life, but then eventually, once all the dust settles, if you're staying true to yourself, then you'll have your real friends, you'll have nothing to hide, you'll just, like, all your cards are on the table, and there's, like, you can live life freely. That's kind of the message that Hollywood seems to be putting out there, but just because you're controlling yourself doesn't mean that you're lying to yourself or anything like that. Self-control is actually part of, in the movie Venom, what keeps Eddie Brock as even partially himself and not just entirely Venom. Hollywood seems to be pushing this hashtag no filter lifestyle or something like that. I mean, heck, you even saw it a few years back with the rise of the YOLO trend. But that's not, like, I don't think it took us very long to realize that YOLO is not a good excuse for just doing whatever the heck you feel like. There are consequences for your actions. People will respond to what you do. And it's not always going to be something that's beneficial for you. So anyway, I guess just to summarize all of it, there's repressing things and there's self-control. And sometimes there's kind of a fine line between those, but self-control is generally a good thing. If you're, filtering your thoughts and your actions to not do something that would be harmful or that would kind of mess some things up for you, or especially for multiple people, it's not the same as repressing things. Repression is generally more like there are past experiences that you've had that you don't want to relive, and that you hold yourself back from certain things because of your previous experiences. That's a little more repression, and what I think Hollywood has actually been trying to get people past, but they've been doing a terrible job of it and pushing people past self-control as well. So, self-control is good, repression, not so good. And if you watch the movie Venom, I think it does a good job of having self-control kind of as a positive thing while still being honest with the tension that there is with it. Because sometimes we do have a hard time controlling ourselves. And, we're flawed, we're human, we mess up sometimes. But, again, self-control generally, in most cases, is a good thing. It's, something that kind of keeps us in check, keeps us from becoming the darker Venom-like half of ourselves, and leans us more towards the good-ish person, Eddie Brock style personality. Anyway, so that's all I've got for now. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video. You can subscribe and hit the bell. Hopefully that'll give you notifications on my future videos, but nobody seems to really be sure how that works anymore. But I'd appreciate it. Certainly having more subscribers, I would like to see that, and let me know if you're subscribed and you've done that whole thing, whether or not you're getting notifications from me. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All that information is going to be down in the description below the video. Facebook and Twitter are especially good for keeping up with my videos, because anything that I put up here on YouTube, I also put there. Instagram, not so much, because it's still kind of weird with YouTube compatibility. Anyway, also leave comments down below the video in the description with your thoughts on this topic, other things you want me to talk about, other video ideas in general. Let me know down below. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Stay cool, people.